So, kā mēs te darīsimies? Ko? Varbūt?
Sākumā es biju iecerējis, ka mēs iesim visi kopā pa izstāžu zāli, chronoloģiskā secībā un iziesim cauri no 60. gadiem līdz pat 2014. gadam, bet mēs to nevaram izdarīt. Mums ir jāstāv šeit pa vidu un jārunā.
Var apsēsties?
Var, redz, kur var apsēsties. Viens tikai tev ir krēsls. Vienīgais, jā.
Nē, bet pagaidi. Nu, un tad ko? Un tad es jau domāju, ka man prasīs daži jautājums, un es varbūt atbildēšu. Tā arī var.
Mēs varam iesākt, un tad noteikti radīsies tie jautājumi.
Ok. Labi, mēs varam iesākt. So, jums nav kur sēdēt ar. Man ir tāda jocīga māksla, es domāju, drusciņ, un varbūt, bet man vairs neliekas, man liekas, es jau īsti neskatos, kā tā māksla izskatās, bet tā arī nav pareizi. Es darīju tā, kā man likās pareizi. Ne kā viņi izskatās, bet lai gan tos darbus redzēt, tikai ar acīm un ar prātu tad kopā padomā. Bet man liekas pa priekš īsti ar acīm skatīties un tā kā skatīties tādu klusāku veidu, bez bāršanos. Tas nav, or arī tas varētu būt, bet tas nav. Bet tā skatīties tikai, kas ir. Un tur kādreiz nav tik daudz. Es iesāku, es gribēju būt tādu abstraktu mākslinieci, bet es biju skolā 58., 59., 60. gadā es biju mākslas skolā. Un es vienmēr, es tā kā palaidu savu familiju drusciņu. Es nezināju nevienu latvietu, kas bija mākslas skolā. Es biju Indianapolē un es iesāku to mākslas skolu, tāpēc, ka es vienmēr zīmēju, un tā man likās, ka tā ir mana pasaule. Un es biju tāda, kā saka, very certain.
Noteikti.
Jā, noteikti. Es domāju, tā būs mana dzīve, bet es nesapratu, cik grūti tā dzīve var būt. Un tad es gāju mākslas skolā, tur bija visādi studenti, un mēs visi gribējām būt tā kā mums tie labākie mākslinieki un tie jaunākie. Bija, ko sauc vēlāk par abstract expressionism, bet viņi bija tādi mākslinieki, kas taisīja lielas gleznas, un viņi lietoja, es runāju latviešu valodu, es aizmirsu, bet es nemāku izteikties īsti daudz latviešu valodu. So, es aizmirsu, ka es runāju latviešu valodu. Anyway, so, ko es teicu? Viņi bija tādi, kas teica, ka tā bilde ir pat par sevi, ka visu, ko tu gribi meklēt tai bildē, ir iekšā tai bildē. Un es to kaut kādīgi sapratu savā galvā. Un kad ka visu var atrast. Un viņi arī teica, ka tā bilde, the painting is made out of many things, you know, whether you have an image and you have the paint, the material, and you have the flat surface, and all of those are like characters in the painting that have to be taken into an understanding, like you build a picture and you make it very strong. So es mēģināju tur būt tā kā dikūnings. Man ļoti patīk, tāpēc, ka viņš bija imigrants, un es jau arī biju familija imigranti, un viņš bija imigrants no Netherlands, kā tu saki latviešu valodā. Ko lūdzu? Jā, Nederlandi, jā. Un viņš atbrauc, ka viņš jau bija 30 gadu vecs, jeb kāds, un viņam tā māksla attīstījās Willem de Kooning, tāda lēni. Un viņš arī varēja ļoti labi zīmēt, bet viņš gribēja arī taisīt tādas lielas bildes un ar krāsām. Un viņš varēja darīt abstraktu darbu, un arī viņš varēja zīmēt. So he was very inspirational. Mēs visi gribējām būt de Kooning. Ne jau tikai tie. Un sievietes nebija tik labas. Mākslinieks arī laikā sievietes nebija pārāk labas. Un arī nebija daudz. Un arī bija tā, viņš neturēja in esteem, kā to saka.
Viņas nebija tā kā...
Nebija, bet tagad ir daudz sieviešu mākslinieces un diezgan labas dažas ir. Anyway, so es tā iesāku, tad es aizgāju, es dabūju tādu stipendiju uz Kaliforniju, iet skolā un tālāk dabūt grādu. Un man jau nevajadzēja. Es teiktu visiem neiet tālāk. Sēžiet mājā un taisiet paši bildi. Tāpēc, ka tagad, kur es esmu Ņujorkā, daudz man studenti un daži nāk pie man strādāt, viņi jau 30 gadu veci, un viņi izņem naudu, iet skolā, un tad viņi nevar dabūt darbu. Neviens nevar dabūt darbu. Tur, un tad jāmaksā tā nauda atpakaļ. Un tad jāmeklē par restorāniem un visādām vietām, kur nemaksā daudz, un arī daudz strādā pie vecākiem māksliniekiem, tā kā es esmu. Un ir ļoti grūti tagad, te ir miljoniem mākslinieku, bet Latvijā varbūt vēl nav miljoniem. Bet tik un tā, ja tev jādara kaut kas, un ja tev ir sirdī un galvā un visā ķermenī, tad jādara. Ja jādara, tad, ja jūs gribiet to dzīvi mākslā, un jums galva tikai tā iet, tad jāmēģina. Es biju tur Kalifornijā, un es biju, tad sākās, daudz cilvēku sāka, daudz mākslinieki sāk lietot imidži, kā to saka? Attēlu. Nevis fotogrāfijas, bet attēlu, visādas. Es saucu par imidži, ka lieto kaut ko var redzēt, tā kā tas ir krēsls, jeb drusciņ galva, jeb imidži, instead of totally abstract. Tas bija tāda liela lieta. Un lielāko daļu tie bija mākslinieki no sākuma, kas bija commercial mākslinieki, tā kā Lichtenstein un Warhol, un tad arī pienāca daudzi sāka, arī Oldenburgs, Oldenburgs arī bija immigrants, un Jasper Johns, kas man ļoti patīk. Anyway, mēs visi tā kā, un es jau mēģināju būt tāda gleznotāja, kā es nebiju, lai gan es sapratu daudzi par tiem abstract painteriem. Es tā kā sāku, es vienmēr saku, kad es sāku no jauna, ka te ir man audums, un te man roka, te man acis, un es to prātu gribēju atstāt kaut kur. Tanī pašā mašīnā, bet lai nebraucējs, bet sēdēt varbūt aizmugurē. Prāts aizmugurē, bet acis priekšā un roka strādā viena paši, jūs jau ziniet. Tie, kas ir gleznotāji, zina, ka rokai pašai ir prāts. es sāku tikai ņemt pa vienai lietai un glaznot to vienu lietu. Es visu savu ēdienu, ko es ēdu, man nebija, man refrigerators, kur es taisīju ēdienu, dakšas, krūzītes, television set, man bija tāds television sets, visādas lietas. Es visus ātri mēģināju. Tāpat tikai izgudrot, ko tā roka zina un ko tās acis var redzēt. Un te ir viena glezna tur iekšā, kā ir tā lampa, un es arī negribēju compose, es negribēju taisīt tādu bildi, tur ir galds, tur ir tas. Es tik gribēju vienu lietu, bez tā kā vien. So anyway, un es to pašu laiku, es biju pirmo reizi bez mammu un papu, man jau bija 22 gadu vecs, varbūt tas tagad nav tā, bet mēs vairāk gājām prom, ka bija 18 gadi, bet man jau bija 22, 23, es biju viena pat, es nevienu nepazinu, tad es iepazinos kādu latviešu, tur bija Ubāns, Māris Ubāns bija, kas dzīvoja Kalifornijā, viņi dzirdēja, ka te ir viena latviešu jauna sieviete, kas nāca UCLA universitātē, un viņi man tā kā kādreiz aicināja, un es iepazinos, bet es biju diezgan vientuļa, es tā kā sāku domāt par savu dzīvi, kad es gribu to mākslu tuvāk, nevis ko es redzu, bet kas es esmu. So, es jau sāku lasīt tādas bildītas, tāpēc, ka I actually ran out of things to paint. I painted every damn thing. I had an empty studio, I had a hot plate, nothing much. I painted everything. I painted my cat. I had a cat, es atradu katu uz ielas, Alberts. Es sāku meklēt bildīties citus subjects. I tried to find other subjects. And my subjects for about 2 years gravitated toward war images. Now, why? I don't know. Maybe because I went through a little bit of the war, the end of the war in Germany, when the Americans were bombing. Maybe because there was war everywhere. The Vietnam War was on TV every night, the first time, Un es sāku tās bildīt, un tās bildītas arī bija tikai viena lieta, tā kā viena lidmašīna. Es nezinu, man patika, ka man tur nebija jāņemās uz to pusi, uz to, tur augšā, lejā, composition. I thought that was really old-fashioned. Un es sāku zīmēt tās the new images. Man bija kaudzīts. Es kādreiz bibliotekā izņēmu, vai nav kauns. Es iegāju mazā mājiņā un izņēmu. Jūs visi tagad ziniet. Un izvilku to bildīt. Bet tādas grāmatas, kur neviens nebija attaisījis viņas gadiem. Un arī magazīnos. So es sāku pa priekšu ņemt tā kā that would be my subject matter. Un to mums te nav laikam neviena, kur man ir, kas ir clippings, kā es saku.
Vēstuli savā ziņā to var uzskatīt.
Ko lūdzu?
Vēstuli savā ziņā.
Tikai vēstuli. Un ne vēstuli. Man mamma rakstīja, un es kad es visu sāku zīmēt un taisīt tās gleznas, tad es arī to vēstuli, un tā vēstule šeit ir. Un tā vēstulē man jau sāk interesēt tādi dūmi no kara un arī kara ierauči. Es nezinu, vienkārši.
Klipings vēl ir mūn.
Kurš klipings mūn? Jā, tas klipings arī ir. Un tad man otra interese bija, kad sāka sūtīt atpakaļ no outer space, visas tās information that made the photographs. I think it's all digital. That made the photographs, started appearing in newspapers from the moon, Luna 9. Luna 9 is over there, made by the Soviets. The first shot to the moon. Izskatās tā kā tāda kartupeļu putra varbūt. Man ļoti patīk tādas, tā kā es domāju, ka es tad varēju visu ko gleznot. Tā tas viss iesākās. Tur ir tādi daži darbi, bet man ir daudz darbi no tā laika, bet viņi visi ir pa pasauli izknibināti. Un mēs tos varējām dabūt. Un arī tādā laikā, tāpēc, ka visas tās bildītes bija pelēkas un nebija daudz magazīnos arī ar krāsām, nebija, es tā kā iemīlējos tai pelēkā. Lai gan es to pelēko vienmēr iztaisu ar visādām krāsām, es domāju, ka jūs skatāties uz to lidmašīnu, jūs redzēsiet, ka tas ir tāds iemīlēts pelēkums. un tad es kādu 2 gadu tur ņēmos, es iztaisīju arī kādas skulptūras, un tad es domāju, ka Kalifornijā tas likās tik jocīgi, tā kā es būtu karu atvedis uz Kaliforniju. Cilvēki nezināja, ko domāt. Man bija izstāde, man bija daži tie darbi vēl skolā bija izdarīti, un man bija izstāde un visu. Un es pārdevu kādus par ļoti mazu naudu. Un tad es visu to pametu. Es domāju arī, kad man nepatīk. I didn't like that I was considering the surface on which I was painting, which of course was flat. I didn't like that I was putting something in that surface in an illusionistic way. So, like it has a background and a foreground. So I dropped the whole thing. Un tad es kādu 6 mēneši tur staigāju apkārt ar garu seju un domāju, es nezināju, ko es darīšu. Es pamēģināju tādu gleznu, ko jūs redziet tur, kur ir tāds uguns, bet man likās, ka tas ir too sensational priekš tādu mazu. Un tad visādas lietas notika tur. Viena pēc otras man bija visādas idejas, bet jūs ziniet, ka viņas visas nevar pārskaitīt tad. Tad es sāku. Bet man jau ir kaut kāda filma, un arī, man liekas, katalogi ir diezgan labi, kur Elīte sarakstīja drusciņu to vēsturi, kā iet. Jūs variet palasīt. Kādreiz ap tiem gadiem 65, 66, 64, 68, es kādreiz taisīju tādu three-dimensional, tā kā mēs sakam skulptūru, bet viņas ir īsti visas, they're all paintings, but they're three-dimensional things. Un es taisīju savu zīmolu, tāpēc, ka es vienmēr zīmēju, un gumiju, lai var izņemt ārā. Un tad es visādas lietas, es sāku taisīt, ka man tā, you know, the two-dimensional plane is so, you know, so severe and so abstract, really, that when you're working with it all the time, I sometimes get a headache, you know, it's too much. I always consider everything. So I started doing some three-dimensional things, which you will see, and then I kept it up the rest of my life. This is a three-dimensional piece I did in maybe 1977. So my interest, then I dropped the whole thing of painting objects. And even though I made objects a little bit later, for about the next 10 years, I used the pencil only. Es arī tā kā iemīlējos to zīmolu, ka tur var tas materiāls, es viņu var spiest, you know, I have to push it. Kā tu saki, ka, you know, you ask a lot of the pencil.
Iedabūt vairāk iekšā.
Iedabūt vairāk iekšā, un viss, ko tas zīmols var. So, šitā ir viena, es gandrīz saku glazna, tāpēc, ka es nelietoju līniju daudz, bet mani mes. Un šitais ir tikai viens zīmols. Well, varbūt šitas ir otrs. Šitas ir varbūt maybe F. Man ļoti F patikās. Un šitas ir varbūt B, maybe HB. Jūs ziniet, kāds zīmuļi ir iet. Un man pavisam mīks nepatīk. Bet es sāku ņemt tās bildes un es tā domāju, kad es pārliku citā dzīvē viņas, labākā dzīvē, kā fotografija. Man fotogrāfijas neinteresē kā māksla tik daudz, man interesē, kā viņas jūtās, un es sāku tikai to darīt, un nekā īstenībā citu, bet es viņus mēģinu iztaisīt, lai viņas ir tādas īstā pie sienas, tā kā būt īstas. Es grūti redzu, ka runā pa mākslu, domā, ka idiots drusci. Tas ir runā tā, you know, ir grūti. Ja runā, tad neizklausās tik labi. Bet, ja skatās, tad ir kind of a deeper experience, you know, I hope. Visu mūžu es ņemos ar šitiem, jau tagad ir varbūt 50 gadi. So, es dzīvoju pie jūras, un es sāku ņemt to jūru un likt tā kā tā jūra būtu iekšā istabā. Stiprāka, kā tev ir galvā atmiņā. If you can imagine that. Tāpēc, kad viņi tā kā documentary, it's like, many of these works are sort of like a documentation of the surface, taken from one surface and put on another surface and balanced so that it appears really the right thing to do. Un mums ir tāda vēsture Amerikas mākslā, kur tādas lietas, es jau nebiju kas to darīja. So, lielāko daļu te ir tā paša ideja in various different states. And sometimes, when at a certain point, man bija viena bilde, un es strādāju no vienu uz otru, un tad man tā kā ienāca, man nebija ideja, bet tā kā viens man grūda uz to pusi, lai es sāku likt divas kopā, divas, kas neiet varbūt kopā. So jūs redzēt, te ir tie printi, man printi neviens nedarīja prints Amerikā daudz, vairāk Eiropā, bet viņi iesāk pēdējos 50. gados, un tad viņi aicināja mākslinieks, lai viņi taisa tos printus. Un bija tādas labas preses un labi, meistari. Un es izpētīju, un šitie ir tādi pētījumi par kā taisīt visādas prints un visādi tehnika. Un kādreiz ir tāda vecmodīga tehnika, es gribēju kā justies tā darīt. So the technique became also this. My work like this has no technique, really. You know, man nav style or technique or a decorative part to the work. My work is very deadpan kind of documentary. So I think you will see, then no tā zīmola es sāku tas melnās taisīt. Un man ļoti patīk to. Un te ir viena, kas ir uz to sienu, tāda izskatās tā kā, what does it look like? Tā kā sniegs gandrīz, kur es cik ilgi tikai ar zīmolu. Es nekad nekā citu nelietu, tikai ar zīmolu es mocījos. Un tad es beigās domāju, ok, nu man makal jātais glezns. So es sāku tās glezns taisīt atkal, es kādu 15 gadu tikai ar zīmolu taisīju savus darbus. Un tad es atkal sāku gleznot, tāpēc, ka tā eja var turēt vairāk space. Es nemāku space teikt latviešu valodā. Bet vai jūs tā runājiet pa mākslu? Space? Telpa. Okay, so the painting space has more possibility. So man palika tā, ka tā lielākā, ja ir kāda ideja, tur nav daudz idejas man, bet ja ir, tad ir tāda image, there's an image that implies a lot of space and a lot of dimension. And the reality is a very flat reality. And those two are always sort of talking to each other when you look at the work. If you look at it, let it do that. You know, your mind wants the space, your reality wants the shallowness. And I try to find a relationship between them. And then this is a more complicated thing. Don't think about it. Just look at it. One eye for one for the other. And what else? And then all through the time, every now and then, I try to do an object because it's such a relief not to be painting. You know, it's like a freedom to do something that's dimensional. So now all of my objects are just in dimension. I'm almost through. In the last maybe 10 years, I got interested in just the painting itself. So I left the found image, you know, which I didn't do at the beginning. I left the image I found with my painted image, which is in a slightly different context. I left them together. So you can see what fun I had painting. Or you can just see that that's what the work is about. Ka viens cilvēks, un jūs, ja jūs skatāties, varat redzēt, kur ir ielikts katra. Un šitas darbs ir tāds, un arī tās tabletes, un arī Es vienreiz, kad es viss tās mantas glaznoju, tad es arī viens man iedeva revolveru, un man draugs turēja, es nekad nebiju šāvus, un es tā kā iedomājos, ka tur būs daudz dūmu, tā kā bērns. Tas ir tāds bērnišķi ideja laikam. Anyway, un tad es vēlāk, 40 gadu vēlāk, es atradu to vienā kastītē, to revolveru, un es iztaisīju vēl vienreiz bronzā. Un viss šitie darbi arī ir, viens ir atrasts, un otrs ir bronze. It's like a little joke that I'm putting it into the art world, where bronze is a big traditional method of making, but it's hidden by the painting. But you know when you hold it. And what else? So there are some kind of interesting prints. I like that print. I found that print on this wall over there in that room is an old map I found, and I remade it with the frame and everything, so it's an object and a print at the same time. A very difficult thing to do with many different plates to show the age and so forth. So, part of the work has been, thinking, overthinking, play, and I hope you can find a little bit of all of those things yourself in the work. So, ask me some questions if you would like. No? Nē, es cilvēkus nevaru, tāpēc, ka man cilvēkiem ir par daudz other reality. Ja es taisītu cilvēkus, tad jūs nemaz neskatītos uz to bildi. Jūs skatāties uz to cilvēku, un tam cilvēku ir psiholoģija tur, un kā tas deguns iet, un tās acis, un ko tā mute dara, un that's too much information for me in a painting. I do not like that. I like the painting to live in the space where we are, in a more anonymous way, but in a more, it has a relationship that is different. You don't have to poke around in the painting and see other things that are, No, I don't like alive things, and I also don't like many, many things. So you can see that I have pretty much one image that I manipulate and really make a work out of. I don't really compose different things in one painting. I'm not interested in that part of painting at all. But you can be interested in it. You make something of it. It's a more traditional way of painting, So I gave it up, and that's it. I don't know if you understood that or not, probably. Okay, so what?
Varbūt varētu vēl pastāstīt. Kalifornijas periods tev bija līdz 80. gadam, un pēc tam sekoja pārcelšanās uz Ņujorku par šo.
Okay, es pārceļos. Es biju Kalifornijā, un tad man tur bija visa dzīve, visādi, un tad es pārcēlos uz Ņujorku, tāpēc, kad man likās, ka man nebija, nevar šodien teikt, enough audience, for the work. And I wanted to compete with maybe more painters. There weren't that many painters in California. There were some weird people in California, and there were some wonderful people, which, there were people that went into light pieces like Turrell and Doug Wheeler and Maria Nordman, and then there were people that did fetishy plastic things. I didn't go that way. And I thought I would come to New York because I thought the audience would be more robust, and I would have more criticism and more, we would call it ambition. And then the other one was because es gribēju tā kā īstākā pilsētā dzīvot. Es nezinu, vai jūs esat bijuši Kalifornijā, bet viņi ir krāsas un tāda citāda zeme ir. Un es tā kā atgriezos atpakaļ uz tādu vairāk ziemeļīgu lielu pilsētu. Un man tā pilsēta patīk. Es tagad drusciņ pa daudz tur trafiku un visu, un es eju laukos tagad, bet daudz, bet man patika. Bet kad es aizgāju apakaļ, es jau biju kādi 43 gadu veca, un neviens vairs pa mākslu nerunāja, visiem bija mājas un bērni un visādi divorces un their lives. Es domāju, ka mēs vairāk runāsim par mākslu, bet neviens viņi runāja par real estate, because that's what everybody was doing then, trying to buy their studio so they would not be left in the street. Es jums visu, ko izstāstu, kas man ir galvā, vai nav? Anyway, so jūs saprotiet drusciņ, kā man gāja, un tad es sāku tikai naudu taisīt, tā kā es varētu dzīvot. Es jau mācīju skolu, nesik ilgi, un devu visādas lekcijas un tā. Un es sāku to naudu taisīt, varbūt, kad es biju kādi 45 gadu vecs. Es pārdevu diezgan samaksāt renti pavisam. Man bija visādas stipendijas un devu naudas visādas. Un tad gāju uz labo pusi. Tad sāk pa mazam, bet es jau neesmu tāda, I'm a pretty basic, modest, really, painter. Not a I don't know, but I've had a lot of fans all over the world. Es nezinu, kā man iesāk. Man te bija viens draugs, tas James Lingwood, kas atnāca priekš atklāšanu, kas iedeva man pirmā izstāde Eiropā. Bija Londonā un bija Madrid un Frankfurt un Winter Tour. Un tad man pirms tam bija Whitney Museum un Californian Museum. Man beigās iznāca, ka man diezgan daudz bija tās izstādes. Un so that's the story.
Mums ir jautājums vēl viens.
That in 1992, in the magazine Parket, you defined your strategy as maybe that you are doing not ambitious art.
Not ambitious?
Yeah, and after that proposal was... yes, and there were a lot of speculations after that what exactly did you mean saying that?
I'm not ambitious?
Yeah.
Oh, because, I'm not making big gestures, really. But I don't know. I now have some people thinking about the art in different ways that might be a little bit more ambitious than it was before. I don't know. Kad es runāju, tad es vienmēr, I just say what comes in my head at the time. So sometimes, I have different feelings about my own self. I don't know. I try not to reflect so much on it. They probably forced me to say something. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty ambitious for my art, But I don't know whether my art is ambitious in the way that you would say somebody who makes an extreme gesture, like maybe like Andy Warhol, maybe who had other people make his art and who, I don't know, I don't know. I think I have been, I make mostly pretty modest gestures. And I have been, concentrating my work down to a small size, which some people think is unambitious, but not me, really. I don't know what I have to say about that. That was a difficult question, too. And you saw the parquet. That was a long time ago. When you make something and you have all these people driving you, the magazines and everything, they want more all the time, and more new. Same thing? Man family vienmēr saka, tu vienmēr to pašu taisi. Viņi nesaprata īsti, bet viņiem bija prieks, kad es varēju dzīvot kad es varēju savu dzīvi dzīvot, I could survive on my art was a big thing, and it is a big thing, especially now. But you see, I did have the ambition to always chase my work, to always push and chase my work, even if I say it was modest. It's continually in me to do that. Now, I don't really know why, but I fell into that world. It's like my world, and I live in it. So other people have begun to notice, the dimensions of that world, and they have to define it. Just like you have to look at the work and see what you see. You don't have to see any big thing in it, but you make the work further, I do my part, and then everybody else does whatever they can, and sometimes the work disappears, as we all know, and sometimes it stays in your memory or in a museum or something. So, it's out of my hands, really. Out of every artist's hands, not just mine, of course, that the work lives, and it needs to be excavated. If there is any meaning, which I think there's very little meaning in art, but if there is any meaning, you have to feel it. Sometimes people think the work is beautiful, but I never think about beauty. Sometimes, they think it's conservative, ugly work. I don't know what they think. But you have to excavate. The work is there, so, you have to find your relationship to it. It's just the nature of the thing, right? Yeah.
Marina Goldena, I have a question. From all the colors of colors of California, you chose gray.
Yeah.
It's one question. Another question: who from American artists, or you can name, who influenced your art, as you say?
Well, very early, I think I was influenced by a bunch of people. I was influenced by de Kooning, like I said, because he showed me that the painting is about itself. I was influenced for a while by Magritte, because he also played with the idea of what was reality and what was painted. He was not a great painter, but he was a great poet, Magritte, Rene Magritte. I made a comb in homage to him. I was influenced by a guy named Bob Gober, who was a really fantastic, he's about 55 years old now, who's an object maker, and he's a political artist, a gay artist who's very political. And I'm not, my work is not political, even though the gun might be political, but it doesn't have to be. And I was also influenced early by Jasper John's beautiful gray paintings and his use of objects, although he's an assembler and I decided not to assemble. Who else have I been influenced by? Huh? Oh, maybe Morandi very early, because after I started making objects, I saw a show of Morandi in New York City, and the paintings were very small, and they carried a long distance. And I thought, wow, a small painting and so strong. So there are some influences there. And probably the all-over surface is from, from Pollock and de Kooning and the people that made all of the strokes be part of one painting, and the image was the painting, and the painting was the image together. And my work is very much like that. Like, it's very hard to take the image away from that space that I have made. Huh?
Artists always need somebody's emotional, psychological support. What?
I don't know. I always looked at art like it was a whole world for me. I have a lot of energy myself, and I never had a really good teacher, I don't think. I had teachers that liked me a lot, but I don't know whether I ever had a person I could say, aside from these artists that I myself and the other students liked, I don't think I ever had a really great teacher. I had teachers that became like my parents. They accepted that this was something this girl could do. But when my parents had no knowledge of this at all. But I don't think I had any great, like Albers would be a great teacher that people had at Yale, and maybe Hans Hofmann. I tried to paint like Hans Hofmann for about 2 weeks. And, I don't think I really, I'll tell you one thing. I was in an atmosphere where there were a lot of ambitious people my age. We were all trying to do the best we could. And that was a big sense of energy. And maybe one of the reasons I moved to New York was because there was a bigger pool of artists that were really strong and good that I admired. So that's one of the reasons. Pardon?
Did you meet Sol LeWitt?
Pardon?
Did you meet Sol LeWitt?
Oh, Sol LeWitt? I have met Sol LeWitt, a wonderful person. And I liked him. He was really an abstract geometry guy. He was a wonderful person. Yes, I liked him. So we had a sort of mutual admiration, between the artists. We would like one and another, and you gain a kind of respect and so forth. And that's why you might want to go to Berlin or London or New York or something if you can't find enough of that energy here, and you can do it. People used to go from Romania, what did they do? Walk to Paris. People went to Paris at the turn of the century. Nobody goes to Paris anymore, but they do go to other places where there's a lot of energy for the art, so they don't feel so alone.
Man ir viens jautājums, vai jums ir kaut kādas inspirācijas no mūzikas? kaut kas jūs iespaido?
Man nav daudz inspirācija no mūzikas, bet es kādreiz domāju, ka cilvēki prasa, what does it mean? What does it mean? Does it mean anything? I say, well, what does a symphony mean? What does Mozart mean? It's like, you know, the art really is kind of abstract when it's good, and you have to find a relationship to it, but it's not exactly like reading a book or an article about the war somewhere, you know? It's about itself, just like music is, but it's visual, no sound. In my work, other people have some sound. I like classical music mostly, and I like jazz, and I like world music, and but I wouldn't say, like you said, you were a fan of the Beatles. I used to go to school and sing "I Wanna Hold Your Hand." That song, ka viņi iesāks, you know, ka viņi iesāk dziedāt, un mēs visi bijām traki pēc Beatles. Un mēs dziedājām, gāju uz skolu un dziedājām. But I don't know. I would not say that my work is influenced by... I sort of like Gorecki, because he goes... Maybe some of my work is like that. Anyway... You know, I have had the privilege to have the freedom to chase my own ideas and to chase my own work. And I come from a poor family of immigrants. And I would like to encourage you, if you have it in you, that you can do all that also, you know, is have to stick in there. That's it. I can't talk anymore.
Paldies, Vija.
Thank you. Wonderful.